here in my home office, kind of here in southeast Idaho. Been married for 17 years. We have six kids, 3 boys, 3 girls, and yeah, life's great. I'm sorry, I keep pausing here because my mind is pretty full. This video is for our future. Is for our future business partner, really. And how do I even? Where do I even begin? I'll just tell you. I'll just tell you the background here. Prior to 2008, I had a construction real estate company that built hundreds of homes in multiple states. We were able to do that with only 20 employees versus the competition that took 200 plus. We did that with systems and processes and software that we set up. After 2008, when the market changed, we laid off all of our employees, and I was a bit of a lost soul. A bit of a lost soul. I was like, why did that happen? Why did this happen? And so from that day on, I set out to figure out what it is that I was supposed to do in life. And through a series of events, it all came down to this moment right here. And through these from 2008 till now, I've had multiple opportunities, multiple things that have come my way, but nothing really felt right until now. So let me go more in detail. So February of this year, out of frustration, I went to the temple to get an answer to what it is that I needed to be doing, why things were going the way they were going, and out of just sheer frustration, I told myself, I'm not leaving here until I get an answer. And bless Heidi's heart, she was like, no, she's the one that pushed me. So I loaded up a sleeping bag in the minivan and some clothes, some church clothes. And I set off to Idaho Falls to go to the temple. And along the way, I would record these videos. And let me plug in my phone here. I'd record these videos out of frustration, saying things like, why, what's happening, why do certain things. I was posting these pretty animated videos, and I'd post it to Facebook, and then I'd drive a little bit further and I'd have another thought, and I'd be in this rage, this rant, and I'd post another video. I'm going to the temple and I'm going to figure this out. So I got to the temple, and I would do like a session. Maybe I'd do one session and I'd come out, and then I'd record another video. And then I'd go back in and do another session. And so the first night I did 3 sessions, and it was late at night, so I pulled up to a truck stop, Flying J, and I just slept in my van, put some window shades up and slept there. And during this time too, I fasted. I was like, I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to drink until I get an answer. It sounds just so crazy, but it wasn't. And so while I was in the sessions, I was tired, and I was like, this is not going to work, and I would pray, and I would ask Heavenly Father, what is it that you want me to do? And the thought that I kept getting was how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? And quite frankly, I wanted just to quit. I was like, you know what, forget it. I wanted just to quit. But when I got that thought, how bad do you want it, I would go to another session. And so finally on the fifth session, so I slept, 3 sessions the first night. I slept in the minivan, and then I got up early and went to another 2 sessions, and I felt good. I felt like, I don't know, I'd been kicking and screaming for a bit, but I felt like I'd calmed down, and I felt peaceful. And I felt like it was time to go back home. So I got in the minivan, went back home, and so I got on my Facebook account, and the only person that was on, and I got this somebody messaged me by the name of Johnny Williams, and he was kind of giving me some advice with some of this frustration I was having, and he asked me, he said, "Are you legit? Like, or is this some marketing scheme to get people to watch your videos? Like, are you really? Is this something you really want to know?" And I was like, "No, this is real." So on the way home, I called Johnny, and it turns out that we had been in similar circles of influence growing up, had similar connections, but had never really officially met. So we knew the same people, and it was great. Like, so I don't know. I felt like nobody. So I had 8 years of struggle, and felt like there was nobody that really understood. But all of a sudden there's this person that understood what it is that Heidi and I had gone through, but had gone through it much longer than we ever had. So ever since he was 18, so for 20 years he'd kind of been in the wilderness, and he had some health problems and some other things that he'd experienced that had gave him this higher level of understanding, and so when I was like, wow, this is it. So from February till the present, most of my time, beyond providing for my family the basic needs, obviously food, water, shelter, most of my time has been spent working with Johnny. We'll get on the phone daily, and I'll do we'll do a web screen share, where he'll see my screen, and we'll talk, probably 3 hours a day, and of talking, and the best way to describe Johnny is that he's, think of like the most, and I don't say this lightly, think about, okay, he's like Stephen Covey times 100, times 1,000. Like, when it comes to human development and understanding, that's this person. That's this person. Not only spiritually and mentally, but also financially, in the investment realm as well, and so, and I wasn't to that level. I wasn't to that level. I was just like, dude, this guy's crazy, You know, at first I was like, no, he's amazing, but I'd have moments where I'd be like, God, what are we doing? This is, wow, what are we doing? But then I'd be brought back into it, and no, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. You need to pound this thing out. You need to pound this thing out. So I'm telling you, hours. I've got thousands of documents created, documentation about this, and so, and there's been moments where I've just been like, screw it. This is too hard. This is too complicated. Forget it. But spiritually, I've been brought back. You know, been brought back to my knees to this, and so fast forward to today. Well, yesterday, I laid out all the things that we're working on right now, and I felt like the inspiration was flowing, and the thought that, and I tried to look at it at a much bigger level, a much higher level, you know, rather than the details tend to bog me down, but I kind of tried to look at it at a different perspective. You know, what is it that's missing in this, and what Johnny and I are trying to do, and it all came down to money. We need a money partner, somebody that's going to provide the means for us to do what it is that we feel like we're supposed to do. And I'm not talking a small partner. I'm talking somebody that manages the money in a big way. In the past, we've got those connections where we can get some, small amounts, but those small amounts of money, there's huge metal cables attached to it, and so I'm not talking that. I'm talking, when I watched the movie about Steve Jobs, he was in his garage doing these computers, right, with his buddies from high school, and the one thing that kind of allowed him to explode his vision was a money partner. The money partner came in and said, listen, we're willing to back you on this. And they backed him on everything, not just one thing, on everything. He would come to him and he'd say, listen, I got this idea for this. And he'd say, well, let me take it to my board of directors and we'll get it for you. How about 3 days? Awesome. So this money partner was an intricate part within what helped Steve Jobs become successful. And so that is literally what we're going to get, what we need, and that money partner. What do they get? They get an equal partnership between myself, Johnny, and they get an equal partnership with what it is that we're doing. But this is not this is an active thing where, and so, to start with, we're looking for $5 million, and we're looking for a person that gets the vision of what it is that what it is that we're going to do, not even try to do, because I've tried away from it. I mean, this is something that we're going to do or die trying. It will not rest. It will not rest, and so we are going to do this, and so we're looking for a money partner that's going to be able to catch that vision and do it, but allow us the flexibility to do it the way that it needs to be done. And as far as timing and time frame, I don't know, but I do know that it's something big, and it's something that will help a lot of people in a big way. And we've had spiritual experiences so sacred that I'm not even able to share them with you, but that's it. So what I got yesterday when I was looking at as I kept, the thought I got spiritually was, what is it that you need, and it's money. We need money to make this go big. There's all these other little duct tape things that we can do, but really we need money to be able to provide for our families and to take away the heaviness of our regular bills, so that we can be free to be able to knock this thing out of the park, and to be able to get the proper people in place to be able to do this. And so yeah, I don't even know more what I could tell you, but if this is something that you'd like to talk about further, let me know, and we'll expound on this. But yeah, this is something that you could be the missing link. So let's talk it out and go from there. Anyway, all the best. Bye for now.